Warning, this video may contain extreme excitement and excessive rambling. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright, now that I got one of my more odd intros out of the way, hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. I just got this package in the mail, and I am incredibly excited. I just want to go ahead and warn you guys. Well, I already did warn you, but if you follow me on Instagram, you already know what this is. If you don't, then this may come as kind of a surprise, because this really doesn't seem like a knife that I would have bought. And honestly, when it first came out, I didn't really like it that much. And it's just kind of funny how it worked out. A few buddies uploaded some pictures on Instagram of this knife, and from those pictures I fell in love. It's hard to explain. I really don't know how, but it's just, those few pictures alone made me fall in love with this knife, and I had to get it. So I got this off of cutleryshop.com. I've never ordered from there before. I've heard about them, but I've just never ordered anything from them. They had this knife about $20 cheaper than anywhere else. Plus, Knife Thursday had a coupon code after the 4th of July, or on the 4th of July, for free shipping with them. So I had to get it. Alright, so anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to open this up because I'm very excited. My unboxing knife today is going to be my my new blade swap Griptilian. Love this knife. Alright. You ready, guys? It's a Spidey. Oh, they gave me some lollipops. Here's your lollipop. I'm gonna put the knife. I'm gonna send the knife back. I just want the lollipops. All right, guys, you ready? It's heavier than I thought, but that's a good thing. I like heavy. All right, guys, you ready? Ooh, what is it? I'm not gonna show you the code. I'm just gonna. Oh, can you tell what it is by that? Oh, it's a Techno. Oh, my beloved. Oh, they come in nice bags now. I gotta cut it open. Get out of there. Oh, man. So excited for this. I've been waiting. Oh, still got the factory grease on it. Let me wipe some of that off. Oh, man. I love that finish. Get that out of the way. The finish looks different in person than it does in pictures. In person, it almost looks like an acid stone wash. Did I say in pictures or in person? In person, it looks like an acid stone wash. Oh my gosh. You got that blasted pocket clip, which I love. I love the wire clips. And I love the blue backspacer. It looks incredible with the titanium. As you see, full titanium. Blue G10 backspacer. Alright, first deployment. Oh, how attractive is that? CTS XHP blade. You can see right there. It's a carpenter steel. It's known as a super steel. Knife designer. I'm probably going to butcher this name, and I apologize, but I'm American. Marcin Schlich. He's a Polish knife maker. Obviously, I'm not Polish. And I'm sure I'm going to get some of my foreign viewers correcting me, but I don't know how to pronounce it, because I'm not Polish. This is a Taichung, Taiwan produced Spidey. Perfect action. Why did that just sound like Eartha Kitt as Catwoman? Perfect action. It's actually, it's bigger than I thought, which is a good thing. I was afraid this knife would be way too small, but I wear a large glove, and I can get almost a full 4-finger grip by grabbing it right there in the choil. But it kind of almost has a little extended finger choil right there. It's really not, but it is a place where you can rest your hand. I do have a full grip like that. Just as a quick size comparison, since I have it, here's a knife that a lot of people have. It's a full-sized Griptilian. Line it up pivot to pivot. I'm going to lower my camera down a little bit, guys. There we go. So it is a smaller knife, but it's honestly not as small as I thought. So that's a good thing. Like I said, I was worried about it being too small. Man, that's a sexy knife. Like I said, full 6AL4V titanium. For you guys who like that, there's the lockup. Very early. Absolutely rock solid blade play, or blade play. A rock solid blade play. It is rock solid lockup. And that was another thing I was kind of worried about with this knife because of my horrifying experiences with Zero Tolerance's titanium frames. So I was afraid I'd have the same problem with this. But you can flick it out. You can't really do a middle finger flick because it's kind of the Spidey hole's kind of covered up by the lock bar. And I've been told that the lock face has been heat treated. Yeah, you can heat treat titanium. I'm not sure if it's the exact same process as heat treated steel, but there's the blade tang. You see it's pretty darn flat. It's not radiused. It's a little, I mean, it's smooth, but it's a little tight right now. But I mean, absolutely zero play in either direction. Man, I don't know how Spyderco gets away with making these knives. I mean, these Tai Chung produced Spideys are just perfection. Let me show you that sexy stonewashed blade. The stonewashing on this is incredible. I like this much better than ZT's stonewash they put on the 0560s and 561s. It is a really nice stonewash. Like I said, Taichung, Taiwan. And for those of you guys who are, you know, always bashing overseas-made knives, you know, the Taiwan knives being China-made, they're not a Republic of China. Taiwan is not a communist nation. They're America's allies. So they have free market, all that stuff, you know, all that good stuff. So it's not like sweatshop labor, anything like that. Because I've had a few comments like that. Well, why'd you buy a piece of crap overseas made knife? You know, well, because, you know, this knife at half the price of a ZT has already proven to me that the quality is better. So I'm not trying to bash Zero Tolerance, guys. I don't want to get any of that kind of ignorant hate comments that, you know, I think Zero Tolerance sucks, because I don't. I'm just saying right now I can tell you that this has better lockup and better fit and finish than my 0561. I don't know about fit and finish. It has better lockup, I know that. I like it. It's nice and thick. Honestly, I was debating on whether or not to get this or the Sage 2. I don't know, I was in the mood for a new titanium frame lock to try to make me like titanium frame locks. Because I already know Spyderco can get it right. Because I've heard some really good reports about this knife. I've only heard of one person who said theirs had blade play. And it was one of the first ones that came out. And Spyderco constantly improves their quality. Let me show you real quick the blade centering. Looks like it's a little bit over to the right, which means it's probably tightened down too far. Okay, it has double pivot. Those kind of mess with me a little bit. But it's got the double pivot, like on the paramilitary 2s, the Mannix, and all that good stuff. So, but centering, it's pretty spot on. I mean, it's pretty perfect. See, yeah, you can flick it out. It needs to be, like I said, I think it needs to be loosened just a little bit to get that buttery smoothness. Now, another thing I was worried about is that you see that the it does have a nice cutout for the thumb hole, but it's kind of blocked. Like, it's not a straight angle, so you can't really push up. I remember Jay Davis was talking about this in his review of it. You can't push straight up like you would most knives with a thumb stud or Spidey hole. You have to kind of push out at an angle. So I do that and it's just fine. It works better with my thumbnail like that, but it works just fine. He was talking about with his, he had a hard time figuring out how to disengage his frame lock on this one. I haven't had that problem yet. I've been doing it. You know, you've been seeing me do it. It's pretty natural. Like what I mean by that is when you disengage, there's plenty of knife to hang on to, because you kind of have to have that, you know, grab it to, you know, like you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know. So left and right hand reversible pocket clip, tip up only. That's the way I prefer. Just loving that blue backspacer. It's sexy. It's a good thickness. I like that. But as I was saying, the one thing that I wanted more than this knife than the Sage 2, well, one, I already have the Sage 1, so basically the same knife but in titanium. And two, this is a little bit thicker, it seems. And I like that. I like these thicker knives. So, Here's a good shot of it in my hand. Very generous amount of knife. I'm really anxious to try the CTS XHP steel. Wow, edge right out of the box seems pretty scary. Let's take a look at that. Nice and even. Nice and even. I've had a lot of Spideys in the past that have uneven grinds for the edge. Even though they're incredibly sharp, they're kind of uneven. This one seems to be pretty dang even. There's Marcine's logo right there. Looks like Wolverine claws. God, I just love the stonewash. And I love the contrast because the titanium for the frame is darker than the blade. And it's funny because in person and on my camera it's coming out like that, but in other videos and pictures I've seen of other people's Technos, it seems lighter. Like, I don't know if maybe Spyderco changed the formula a little bit. I'm not sure. But anyway, I've heard that the lock face on this was heat treated, which is another selling point for me, which means that it's not as soft as normal titanium, which means it's going to wear much slower. And it also means that it's going to be smooth. You're not going to get that sticky lockup because you're not marring and denting the frame lock or the face of the lock bar. Alright, so anyway guys, I'm running out of time. I've done a lot of rambling. There's another shot of it. If you follow me on Instagram, stay tuned for some pictures of this. If you're not following me, please do. There's a link on my YouTube channel. Or you can just go on there. My name on there is the same as it is on here. So I'm incredibly excited. I can't wait to start carrying this and using it, testing out the CTS XHP steel, pretty much my first super steel, and trying out carrying a smaller knife. That's why I said this doesn't really seem like a knife that I would have bought because I'm usually not into these smaller knives. Being about 6 inches overall, it's definitely a smaller knife than what I'm used to carrying. But I'm going to welcome that. I think it's nice. This is all the knife you really need. So I'm really anxious to try this knife out. And another thing, look how thick that blade stock is. It's just an incredible knife. I'm flipping in love with it so far. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video, this unboxing. Expect more videos of this in the future, and some pictures on Instagram. Alright guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman614. Peace!